येन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नामस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी प्राश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Thank you for joining for this Japa talk. I'm not eligible, but Rajesh Prabhuji asked me to take it up, so I try to repeat whatever I heard from the Prabhupada lectures and senior devotees. So I make the session is like first why we are chanting. So when we know that what is the reason behind it, so then we will get more interest on the chanting. So what will happen when we are chanting? And third one is like what is the rules given by the Sanatana Goswami in Haribhakta Vilas? Six rules is given. So some general instructions when we are chanting. Uh, what is the best practices we can follow to improve our chanting? This is how I prepare uh, myself to discuss on this today topic. First of all, why we are chanting? Most of them we are aware that it's a yoga dharma, right? To realize oneself and as well as connect with the Lord. So that is the main yoga dharma. But where and all it is mentioned, that is very important. To scriptural evidences, right? So many areas it is already mentioned in Upanishads and so many scriptures. But I mainly just discussing about Kalisantra Upanishad and as well as Chaitanya Charitamrita and Brihat Naradiya Purana. In Kalisantra Upanishad, what is mentioned? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and it goes like this: Iti Shodasham Namanam Kali Kalmasha Nashanam Nata Parataraupayah Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate. So, what is the meaning of this? These 16 words of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the only meant for counteracting the contamination of this Kali Yuga. So it is clearly mentioned that there is no other alternative in all Vedas except these 16 words of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra in this Kali Yuga, right? So in another area like Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila 17.22, most of them may be aware of it. It is mentioned like this. Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar Nama Haite Haya Sarva Jagat Nistara. So it is also mentioned here in this Kali, the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, is an incarnation of the Lord. Simply by chanting, so by associating, we can directly associating with the Lord, right? Anyone who does this certainly delivered. So it is mentioned like this. And Brahat Naradiya Purana, what is mentioned? Most of them aware of it. Is in even it is in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 6.242. Also it is mentioned. Harer Nama, Iva Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva Gatiranyata. Three times it is mentioned here, right? So no other way, no other way, no other way. Only to deliver from this hypocrisy of quarrel and in this Kali Yuga, the holy name of the Lord is only way. There is no other way to perfect our life and come out of this repeated birth and death. So after this scriptural evidences, it is clear that in Kali Yuga there is no other way except chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, right? Then now, what are the things will happen when we are chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra? So that is very important to understand. The first thing that everyone aware of that, first of all, our heart and mind will start purifying it, and based on our purification, our actual consciousness of relationship which we lost with the Supreme Personality of Lord, it will re-establish us. right? So this is the main process to re-establish the connection with the Supreme Lord Krishna. So there is no other way. In the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu already given us the Shtastakam in the first stanza. Also, it clearly gives that there is a 7 stages of purification. In the first stanza, if you read out, Seto Darpana Marjanam, right? Seto Darpana Marjanam, what is the meaning of it? It cleans the dust accumulated in our heart, like a mirror accumulated with dust. So how we are cleaning it, right? So by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, whatever the dust we are accumulated from the, we don't know when we started in this material world, millions or billions of years back. So that dust accumulated in our heart, it starts cleaning off once we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then what else? The second purification will be like Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam, right? This material world is only suffering. We are already aware of it, right? It's only suffering. So this fire of the forest, we can come out of it by chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And then next one is Shreyah Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. So it gives all the good fortune. When we start chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, everyone looks for the good fortune. It starts automatically. Okay, good fortunes will come to the devotee. Next one is Vidyavadu Jivanam. We will start gaining the transcendental knowledge by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Because when we are in the Tamoguna, we don't have any knowledge. So we don't know, when we don't have any knowledge, what will happen? We don't know what is right and what is wrong. But by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Vidyavadu Jivanam, right? So all transcendental knowledge will start accumulating, and then we come to the position that decide that which one is right and which one is wrong. And next one is like Anandam Buddhivardhanam. We will have a ocean of joy. Everyone is looking for the joy in this material world, but it is temporary. But when we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then actual ocean of joy will start. Next one, sixth one is Sarvatma Snapanam. It gives the pleasure which is not related to the material world. Transcendental pleasure, we will start getting it. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, all victorious in all directions. So these are the main 7 things will happen as per the Sishtastakam in the first stanza, right? So first we understand that why we supposed to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and what are the things is going to happen. Now the challenge here that everyone has how to perfect my chanting, right? The perfection of chanting is the big challenge for everyone because we are all most of them grihasthas. We have so many responsibilities, and we always struggle to get the quality time of 2 hours to complete our minimum 16 rounds. So for that, Sanatan Goswami has given us 6 rules in Haribhakta Vilasa 17.129. What are those 6 rules? Manah Samharanam, Saucham, Maunam, Mantrartha Sintanam, Avyagratvam, Anirvedo, Japa Sampatti Hetavaha. So what is the meaning of it? In order to perfect one's chanting of Japa, one need to cultivate the following qualities. What are that qualities? Sanatan Goswami has given us Manas Samharanam. What is the meaning of it? Controlling of the mind. Yeah, we will try to discuss each and every point. Let me give you the just meaning of each and everything of the 6 rules. Saucham, it's internal and external purity. Next one is Maunam, right? So that is Maunam means silence. And then Mantrartha Sintanam, contemplation of the mantra's meaning. Next one is Avyagratvam, patiency. This is very important. Everyone is used to struggle because we are in the hurry in this material world. So we will try to discuss on it. Anirvedo, right? Steadfastness. So these are the 6 rules given by the Sanatana Goswami. So first thing is Manas Samharanam, controlling of the mind. What is the meaning of controlling the mind? Mind cannot be controlled in this material world, right? So it always wanders. It goes here and there. So whenever we are taking our beats and trying to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, immediately all good thoughts will come during that time only, right? Not in the other timings. So we never even get those thoughts in our normal time. So what is that meaning is that always mind try to take us away from the Krishna due to we are lack of knowledge or whatever it is, right? So what we supposed to do to follow this rule, manas samharanam? So mind is always wanders, but once you realize that mind is wandering and going somewhere, and we try to bring it back. We try to bring it back. So once and try to hear one mantra, Hare Krishna Mahamantra at a time, and we have to try. And again, it may go somewhere else. And once you recognize, we have to bring it back and try to keep the mind to hear the one Hare Krishna Mahamantra at a time. So what is the current problem is that even after we realizing it and we are not bringing back the mind to hear that Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that is the violation of the this particular rule. What is that? Mana Samharana. When we are realizing it and we are not bringing back and we are leaving the mind, okay, let it go. So that is not the right way, because it is violation of the first rule which is given by the Sanatana Goswami. We always have to bring it back. Okay, in our material world also, if driver is driving the car and he is not controlling the properly with the steering, what will happen? It go and hit somewhere, right? So it is not always in the stride. Same way, when the mind is wandering, it is the nature of the mind. It always wanders, but when we realize it, immediately we have to bring it back. But sometimes what will happen? Our mind start wandering, and we will realize it after maybe 10 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So that is not the good way. So at least we have to make a sankalpa like for each and every round, I at least hear that Hare Krishna Mahamantra at least 10 times or 15 times, and that way we can make the sankalpa and try to bring the mind come back and then hear the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So by this struggle, Krishna will surely recognize, okay, okay, this devotee is struggling a lot, okay, let me give a strength to control. Hear that Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Controlling is not possible. Okay, we are not yogis to control the mind. We are here to hear the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So Krishna give that strength with our by seeing our struggle. But we have to try. Whenever the mind is going here and there, we have to bring it back and try to hear that Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one mantra at a time. So that way we can follow this Manas Samharana rule, which is given first rule by the Sanatan Goswami. Next one is Saucham. Meaning of Saucham is like internal and external purity. Okay. What is that external purity? First thing, that Saucham is not a technique, like whatever we discussed first one. It is a culture we have to establish ourselves. It is not something technique you have to do, right? External purity is like, first we have to externally purify our body by taking a bath at least 2 times in a day, right? And then carefully give that kind of what kind of food we are giving to the body, right? Not too spicy and only prasadam. And obviously we are not going to take any prohibited food like non-veg and all those things. So we should be very careful what kind of food we are giving to the body. So that way we can be always pure externally. So what about the internally, right? Our consciousness is very important. What kind of food we are giving to our mind, right? That is very important. That determines that controlling the mind also. So what kind of food we are giving? Suppose there is some gossip is going on, right? When we are hearing that gossip, and immediately the tendency of the human is like immediately we will go and join with that discussion, right? So when we are going and joining in the discussion, what will happen? We will hear that all bad things only. There is no good things in that. So what will happen in that? We are giving a bad food to our mind. So that will be creating a lot of disturbance in our sadhana. So this is very important. So what kind of information we are getting from the outside world, or within this, some of the discussions within the devotee itself may be pinpointing that other devotees. So that is not at all good, right? To hearing that one. In this Kali Yuga, there is no really required to pinpoint the other person's bad habits or maybe bad attitude, because it's by default everyone has that one. Here very difficult thing is that to glorify the good qualities, that is very important. We have to give the those details to our brain, so then it is very easy to control our mind. So that way we can keep our brain in a complete pure, our mind also will be peaceful. Suppose if you take like a news channels, right, there is no wrong in knowing the news about what is happening in this world. But with that news, what is happening most of the time? Spreading the negativity. And only bad news they are spreading it because of their TRP rating or whatever it is. So we should be very careful. What are the things we are hearing? And it is spreading negativity. So same thing will happen to our brain also. It gives the negativity thoughts only. So we always to try to glorify the devotees and avoid the gossiping about the others, so that way we can clean internally and externally. This is the another rule of given by the Sanatan Goswami. Third point is maunam, silence, right? But Prabhupada used to say that silence means it's not like we are Mauni Babas, right? Not to speak anything. So if we are not speaking anything, then how can we spread this Krishna consciousness, right? That is very important. Very important thing here is that we should not speak unnecessarily other than the Krishna Katha. So whenever there is a chance that we have to try to hear lot and lot. Okay, that way we can save our energy more and we can put our more energy in the japa, right? While chanting, we can utilize that energy. But if you speak unnecessarily more and more, our energy will be lost and we cannot put our uh, required energy for the japa time. So that is the reason we try to hear more and more. That is the main reason we have a 2 ears, only one tongue, right? We don't have a two tongues. 2 ears, that means we have to hear more and more and less speak. This is the way we can increase whenever we are hearing, right? What will happen? Our knowledge will increase and we learn the so many things from the others, how to act in the different situations, right? That is a more important than speaking unnecessarily thing. Hearing is a more important. Sometimes what happens, if person is speaking and we are listening, our tendency is to, okay, when can I speak, when can I speak, right? But still we are controlling our tongue. What will happen when we are controlling that tongue? Humility will increase and it will help us in the japa. Whenever we humility increases, and it will help obviously in our japa as well. So that way we follow the third rule, maunam, silence. It's not like that not to speak anything. We have to speak which is really necessary. And when we are speaking, we should careful about integrity of the speak. Okay, whether I'm speaking about Krishna Katha and point to point, or unnecessarily I'm speaking. So that way we can follow this Maunam rule. What is that fourth rule? Mantrartha Sintanam. This is very important. Mantrartha Sintanam, contemplation of mantras meaning, right? The whenever we are chanting, if you try to remember that what is the meaning of the mantra, right? What is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra meaning? O Srimati Radharani and Krishna, please engage me in your service, right? So this is the main intention, to bring our mind back and listen to the Mahamantra, because we are discussing about that one, right? Manas samharanam. We have to bring back the mind, and I already explained that it's not like we are yogi to control the mind. The main intention behind this is like to hear that Hare Krishna Mahamantra and remember the meaning of that Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is the main intention behind bringing back our mind and listen to the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So, because of this intention, there is no wrong in bringing back the mind and asking the mind to hear that Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Because we are always try to serve the Lord. We are Bhakti yogis, right? So whenever in the Bhakti yogi, we always try to serve the Lord. So we are asking the mind to remember the Hare Krishna Mahamantra to serve the Lord. That is the main intention behind it. So always engage our senses in serving the Lord. So by practicing this, remembering the Hare Krishna Mahamantra meaning, so automatically our mind will try to listen that Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So that way we can follow this mantrartha sintanam. Okay, mantrartha sintanam, fourth point, which is given by the Sanatana Goswami. And next one, fifth one, it is very interesting. Everyone usually struggle at this place only. Avyagratvam, patience, right? Avyagratvam means not to hurry in our chanting, right? When we are in desperate to finish to rounds of our 16 rounds, right? It is a violation of Avyagratvam rule. Whenever we are in the hurry to complete, it is a violation of the Avyagratvam rule. When we are practicing the Avyagratvam and we are not in the hurry of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, I mean chanting our Japa, we are telling to the Krishna that I am not in the hurry. So then automatically Krishna will reciprocate. So most of the time, what will happen, we are in the hurry to complete our minimum 16 rounds. How it will happen? Okay, now I am completed 4 rounds. I have another half an hour to start my material activities. Okay, in that hurry, we will try to complete that remaining 4 rounds, and we will have a plan. Okay, while going to the our work location, I will complete my another 4 rounds while driving, and then while coming back, I will complete the another 4 rounds while driving. So that way we completed 16 rounds, but it is in the hurry, right? Then Krishna will not reciprocate with that hurriness. Suppose we are invited the Prabhuji to our home, and he came and we received him nicely and we asked him to sit, and he started discussing with us. And when he started discussing, and we always look at our watch, right? Okay, Prabhuji. Then what will happen? That Prabhuji will come to know that, okay, this person is not interested in me to discuss this, and he will ignore us, right? Same thing will happen when we are in the hurry. We should be very patient and we should not be very hurry in our japa. That is very important to follow this avyagratvam. It is whenever we are in the what is that? What we used to call that number of rounds kind of bound. What will happen? It is going to be a burden to complete our 16 rounds on every day. So this is completely violating the Avyagratvam principle, which is given by the Sanatana Goswami, right? If you see that in this material world, everyone is hurry, everyone is hurry, and everyone is working for to get the nice food and nice shelter, right? But if you see that outside, for taking a food also, they are very hurry. They will get some burger, or maybe in Mumbai and all, they may get some what we call that bread related, right? They will get it and they will start eating while traveling itself in the bus, in the train, and like that. So they are not understanding that why we are working for this, and they cannot even peacefully eat their food. That is the main principle they are working for it, right? But they are forgetting that one. Same thing will happen when we are in the hurry in our chanting. We forget that what is the purpose of chanting. We are, whenever we are chanting, that means we are trying to associate with Krishna. When we are in the hurry, obviously Krishna thinks that, okay, this a person, this devotee has some other task more important than me, okay, let him come to me whenever he wants, right? So that's the reason we have to avoid this hurriness in our chanting. Last one is anirvedo, steadfastness. Okay, what is the meaning of it? Determination, even if we are don't feel happy while chanting, right? Spiritual path, spiritual sadhana is not like a short term project. Within 1 year or 2 years, we will get and realize that Krishna and we became a pure devotee. No, it's not possible because we have a lot of anarthas. We should be very determined, even we don't have feel happiness while chanting. What generally happens when we are chanting, we expect to feel the bliss, but that bliss maybe comes based on our sadhana and based on our anartha nivritti. What will happen? Maybe 1 or 2 minutes, we may feel like very blissful, but not entire 2 hours of 16 rounds of sadhana, right? But still, we should be very determined. Spiritual sadhana is a long term project, and we have to chant for a long time, and then we have to experience that. Experience that. Most of us grihasthas, we don't want to do some things, but still we are doing it, right? So, same way, we have to do this sadhana forever, okay, as long as we are in this body, and surely after some time we will get the bliss of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So what will happen even when we are in the dry and we are trying to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Krishna sees that, okay, and he is not interested, but still he chanting, and Krishna will reciprocate, and he will give us a opportunity to feel that bliss. So these are the 6 points given by the Sanatana Goswami. When we are following these 6 rules perfectly, our japa also will be perfect. What is that? First one is manas samharanam. Second one is saucham. Third one is maunam. Fourth one is mantrartha sintanam. Fifth one is avyagratvam. This is very important. Everyone is struggling with this sadhana. And then last one is anirvedo. Okay, these are the important points, which is rules we supposed to follow to perfect our sadhana. So the general recommendations which given by the senior devotees, and whenever I hear from the japa talks, mostly we have to avoid these are the things. Okay, what are those? We should not talk to someone while chanting. Okay, while reading we should not chant. Yeah, we can read as Prabhupada tell that really if you have a two minds, right, two heads if you have, then we can read and as well as chanting, but that is not possible. I hope no one can have that capability. So while reading we should not chant, and while listening also we should not chant. Okay, while chanting we should not listen, otherwise in other way around, right? And while chanting, we should not use the mobile phone. That is the main culprit, right? So we should keep our mobile away as much as possible, right? And some of the best tips is like best time to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra in the Brahma Muhurta time, sit a comfortable position, and then comfortable place where you are not disturbing, and take a sankalpa to hear one mantra at a time, and make sure chant the Panchatattva Pranam mantra before chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And if you are not feel, senior devotees suggest that chant at least 5 11 times Panchatattva Pranam mantra and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Start that Hare Krishna Mahamantra and leave that mind and bring it back whenever you want to hear it, and take a shelter of the holy name and wait for the Krishna mercy. Obviously, Krishna has to bestow the mercy. There is no other way. Whenever Krishna wants, then he will bestow the mercy. So thank you very much. Okay, I'm stopping here. Uh, Giving back to you, Rajesh Prabhuji. I think time up, right? 7:50 now.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. That's such a wonderful talk. And
Thank you.
you systematically explained about the holy name, why we have to chant the holy name, and what happens, right? So, what are all the qualities we acquire when we chant? And then you took a lot of references from the six Ashtakam, like Cheto Tarpana Marjanam. You explained the verse very detailed way, Prabhuji. It's really wonderful. And then Also, you have given the references from Sanatana Goswami, right? How to perfect the chanting. This is really, really interesting. I think we have to again go back to your recording and listen twice, thrice, like that to absorb completely. This is a very important thing actually to improve our chanting. So, lot of mistakes we do. Actually, we may not be, aware. I mean, we are aware, but still sometimes we neglect those things actually. In a hurry, we chant and then focus will not be there. Sometimes we touch the mobile phone and we get distracted. And sometimes we try to read also. So, very important points you highlighted, Prabhuji. The practical mistakes we do. And finally, I have given some tips also, right? So we have to better to do it in Brahma Muhurta time so that there are no distractions, and and try to hear the mantra carefully, one mantra at a time. Slowly, we can improve. Maybe 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, like that. As and when the mind goes, again we have to bring it back. So certainly, I hope this talk will certainly help all the devotees to improve their chanting. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for a wonderful session. Actually, you joined, I think, maybe in 2018-19 time frame, I guess. But I can see a lot of change in you, Prabhuji. Like you are progressing really well in path of Krishna consciousness. Yeah, wonderful, Prabhuji. Now the floor is open for questions. If anyone has questions, they can unmute themselves and ask, or they can put the questions in the chat window. And the humility is also very important. Actually, you mentioned one point, Prabhuji. When we control the tongue, naturally the humility increases, which helps in japa, right? So,
Yes.
Trinadapi suniche natarapi sahishna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadaka. If we chant in that mode, definitely Krishna is going to help us. And,
Hare Krishna, Guru Dhananjay Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
It
Prabhuji.
was such a nice class. Ranjan, who I know you very well. We have been associated so many times, but yes, the knowledge you have, I was not aware. So I was a fool not to understand how the depth knowledge you have. Thank you for giving all the things. Mainly, I liked the fourth point, like mantra chintanam. That is, we should remember the meaning of the mantra, but we keep on chanting so many mantras or keep on uttering without even having the knowledge and without understanding. So we should, like from childhood, we are taught that understand and read, then it will go in mind, and then you will not forget it for life. But we just ratta karna, na, we just try to mug up, and then so that is most bad thing we have been doing in life. And then again, you have reminded us that we should understand the mantra and put it deep in the heart, so that what we are doing, what for what purpose we are doing, if we realize that, then yes, Krishna will understand. Yes, this he knows what he is chanting and why he is chanting, so he will shower his mercy upon us. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for making us realize. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
When I start chanting, so before that, I started with Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityanand Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta, this mantra. So this is okay, or I should go with the pranam?
Uh, as per recommendation is like we have to chant the Panchatattva Pranam mantra that you are chanting already, Mataji. So that is fine. And then we have to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But
Okay.
each and every round, you try to repeat the Panchatattva Pranam mantra.
Okay. And there is some 7 Sri Ashtakam mantra, right?
Yeah, 7 stanzas of Sishtastakam. Yes, Mataji.
So that is
That
also important. We should chant before the.
Yeah, actually, yeah. The recommendation is that first we have to pray to the all our acharyas, okay, like Prabhupada, and if you have a guru, and then pray to the guru. And then if you chant that Sishtastakam completely, that is also good, Mataji. that most important thing is like Panchatattva Pranam mantra with that beat you have in the middle, right? So that with that beat we have to chant the Panchatattva Pranam mantra and then chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and each and every beat. That is very important. But if you have a time and you can chant that Srishtastakam also before you are started Japa, then that will also help us a lot. I used to do that Srishtastakam before start my Japa.
Okay. And there is one more thing. When we complete first round, then how to go to the next round? There is some steps, right? Not to, go directly. Something like that.
Yeah, simple is like whatever the last beat is there, keep it in your first beat for the next round, Mataji. That's it. And if you have a challenge to keep like that, leave the mala into your bag and take it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
So there is a comment in chat window by Sudha Kumar Mataji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam. Thank you for the session, Prabhu. I really liked the point about Maunam helping us get humility, which attracts the Lord.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
Thanks for your wonderful session, Prabhuji. Once again, thank you very much. Thanks for giving your association, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you
Hare
for giving me
Krishna,
the
Prabhuji.
opportunity.
It's
Hare
great.
Krishna.
Sriramacandra Karunamaya prabhuji ki jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna.
Jai Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you.